Hello there, everybody. Spawn92, aka Nightmare, and I accidentally touched the microphone. And welcome back to Higurashi Kai Matsuribayashi. I had a stroke, okay? Welcome back to Higurashi Kai Matsuribayashi. Welcome back. So, in the last episode, I unnecessarily got a little upset, but I got a ridiculous amount of clues. Kind of slightly by accident, but now we've got requests for, the Queen Carrier thing, that, and we also got not only the manual draft, but also the cerebrospinal fluid permission, which should allow us to do, let's see. Oh, yeah, we already did that one. Rika's mother needs to be specific to the Erie institution. Rika's father needs to be marked as an opportunist. Ooh! Ooh, we can do this one! We can do that one. Wait. I thought it was put as an opportunist. Was I wrong? No, that can't be. Okay. I guess he wasn't an opportunist yet. Yeah. I'm fracturing pieces left and right. Jesus. Okay. Let's see. No? We got that. Where was the one that requires the, Here he is. A routine inspection. Routine inspection. The lights come on in the meeting room after the presentation is over. The auditors applaud and praise the dramatically brilliant achievement of the Erie institution.
Wonderful! Absolutely wonderful! To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting too much from the Hinamizawa syndrome research. I thought that even if there was progress, it would take a long time while taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps backward.
Oh boy, how impressive to achieve this much in such a short period of time. This is all thanks to you, Director Erie.
Oh no. This is all because of the staff that supported me. And also Takano-san over there.
Oh, don't be humble. Director Erie is a genius in the field of neurology. He has more achievements and accomplishments than any other doctors.
Oh, that's true! Not many doctors as young as you have as much experience in operating on human brains. Congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel Erie. I can now go back and tell Tokyo with my head held high.
I'm glad. By the way, could you please stop calling me Lieutenant Colonel? It sounds like Arisa-san when you pronounce it too. Lieutenant Colonel in Japanese. Nisa. Oh! Huh.
It does, huh?
You sure were a huge help. You are the one who secured funding for our research, even when we couldn't produce many feasible results. We couldn't have done this without you.
But indeed, the results presented today are absolutely brilliant. Not only have you found the culprit that causes the Hinamizawa syndrome, you also provided a clear path towards future research. We look forward to hear the progress when we come back for the next audit. I'm sure the Tokyo office will quit bugging us on cutting the budget with this kind of results.
With these kinds, I'm guessing.
The coffee you're drinking was in danger of being eliminated due to lack of funds, right?
Tamatagi-kun, you make sure you tell Tokyo about the progress we just heard so they have enough funds to hold a party for themselves.
They've been whipped all these times, and they deserve to be showered with candy.
Do you think the Form Fund can take care of the candies?
The
routine audit ended in a cheerful mood. Erie is being questioned by people from the National Research Center who are part of the audit staff.
Takano-san, congratulations! I can't really say this out loud, but all these achievements are thanks to your efforts.
Thank you, Jiro-san.
Jiro-san and I are the only ones who know men pulled strings just like puppets to create the Erie Institution. So only Jiro-san can understand what I had to go through. Oh wait, is this... Oh wait, this must be through Takano's perspective, I think.
But this is only the beginning. Finally, my opponent is in front of me now. Everything depends on what we are going to do from here. But I'm looking forward to it.
By the way, Manager Nakagawa told me to tell you that he wants you to hold a presentation in Tokyo. Even the Alphabet Board wants you to come meet with him. I guess they all want to hear this directly from you.
Oh my, isn't having you explain enough?
I don't think that's what they mean. I bet they want to meet a pretty researcher in person.
Oh boy, you're being silly, Jiro-san.
Could you two stop flirting in front of me? It's kind of being a little it's getting a little weird. Excuse me.
Excuse me, Major Takano. There's a phone call for you from Tokyo.
Thank you for holding. This is Takano.
Hey, how you doing?
Koizumi-sensei! Thank you for taking time to call me.
Oh, Koizumi. You know, I heard Mio-chan made a significant breakthrough, so I had to call you to congratulate.
Thank you very much. Yes, thanks to your support, we've been able to accomplish the first step in identifying the microbe that causes the Hinamizawa syndrome.
Great! That's great! Great job, Mio-chan. I'm sure Takano-kun in heaven is very happy.
No. My grandfather was researching beyond identifying the cause of the Hinamizawa syndrome. His work was to show that there is a possibility of human thoughts actually being controlled by parasitic agents in our bodies. Whoops. When that is proven, his research will be looked back on as a great achievement. Can you imagine the reaction of the world when they find out that all human thoughts, religion, and instincts are all caused by a parasite?
How interesting. Well, I can just imagine how those religious big shots will react once they find out that their leaders are parasites. Ha! How interesting. I would love to see that. I won't die until you show that to me, Mio-chan.
Please don't say that. But please look forward to it. I'll make sure to spread shock throughout the world with this research. And that's when everyone in the world will acknowledge how great my grandfather was. Then they'll fight to learn about his work. Only then can I say that I've repaid my debt to my grandfather.
I'm envious of Takano-kun. I don't want money. I don't mind getting rid of half of what I have. I wish I had a grandchild who would carry on my legacy.
Thank you so much. Those words mean so much to me.
By the way, I sent a present for you. I sent a nice bottle of wine to you to celebrate.
Oh, that was one of the clues. Wine to celebrate. That's such a very odd little clue.
Well, I didn't know your address, so I sent it to the clinic. However, they told me they're having a difficult time importing it over here, so it may take a little while. But when you get to it, please have a party with the people who helped you.
A bottle of wine to celebrate. Oh boy, I wonder what kind of expensive wine I'll receive.
Oh, it's not that kind of expensive. Don't you remember, Mio-chan? Takano-kun used to keep a bottle of wine.
I remember. That's right. My grandfather kept a bottle of wine. I don't know if he bought it himself or someone gave it to him, but he treasured it and he always said he'd open it when his research is acknowledged. I was a child then, so I don't even remember what brand it was, but Mr. Koizumi would know. He went through all the trouble to find the same bottle of wine on this special occasion. I feel warmth in his heart, which I haven't felt since my grandfather passed away. Thank you very much, Father Koizumi.
I don't like it when you call me that, Mio-chan. I don't feel like you're speaking to me when you say Koizumi-sensei.
I can't help but smile with him. I think I just heard the same kind of conversation between Jiro-san and Iri. If you like it that way, then I'll be happy to call you that when there's nobody around.
I'll be so happy if you call me that even in front of people.
Oh, that's... Aww. I don't know exactly how old he is, but if he can talk and laugh so energetically, he'll live for many more years. I guess the saying, some things have longevity, is true.
Takano-kun and I both wished you were really our family. Honestly.
My grandfather had his family, but because he was so into his research, he became estranged from his family. They were legally married, but they lived separately. I never met his family when I was a child. I met them after my grandfather committed suicide. During his latter years, my grandfather was in psychological despair and began to look at his life in cynicism. His condition became worse over time, and he was shocked with his own dementia. He was fearful of his own consciousness degrading. Then, he jumped from the rooftop of the hospital. Oh, fuck. Only my name was in his suicide note. None of his family members' names were in it. That's when all of his family and relatives showed up and took everything my grandfather left. They were afraid I was going to get his estate. They were ready to fight with attorneys and all, so I backed down.
Well, fuck those guys!
I asked for everything in his study in return. Those idiots don't understand the value of my grandfather's research. They were actually happy to strike a deal out of court, and also that could get rid of the piles of papers and jars with human organs in them. They never even showed up once when he was alive, yet they showed up like hyenas after his death.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of unfortunately how a lot of families are. Or specifically the estranged ones. As soon as one family member that has like a lot of stuff just passes on and has a will, immediately these estranged family members, they will come and they will be vultures. They may say they have good intentions, but let's be fair. They don't.
I never let them put their hands on my grandfather's research. Fortunately, I was able to protect my grandfather's soul from their tainted hands.
Okay, I'll get going here. If there's anything you need, be sure to call Father Koizumi, okay? I'll do anything for my granddaughter.
Thank you, Father Koizumi. I'll work even harder.
Oh my god.
I hate you, Mio Takano! You're making me feel! Why do you do this to me, Higurashi? Do you enjoy making me suffer the way you do?
Okay, Koizumi hasn't died yet. Let's see. The medicine hasn't been completed yet, so let's scroll a little bit over here now. Let's see. Bottle of wine is required for a toast. Tomodachi Jiro's promise is required. A draft and emergency manual is required. Okay. Let's just go over my details here again. Tomodachi Jiro. That would be... It's right around there. Okay, let's see. Fever, and I don't think I've ever got him making a promise. So I don't think that's the case. Unless that's concerning the picture taking, maybe, that's it. Let's see. Nope, I do not have it. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, so I haven't got Jiro's or Tomodachi's promise yet. Let's see. Koizumi is still alive, so we haven't got to his death yet. Discontinuation of Hojo Satogo's dissection plan is required. Kyosuke's motives. I don't even think we've got to that point yet. We haven't even... No, I don't think we haven't got that yet. No. I can't touch any of these. A raw sea urchin, that is so oddly specific. And, wait, who needs moral support? I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't think I've really got anything else yet here. I've gotten so many of these done, but I'm still so far behind of what I need to do here.
Koizumi is still alive. Don't say he's dead yet.
No. Rika hasn't got her high fever yet. We got Tomataki's slight fever, though. His mom's suspicion of the clinic. No, for God's sake, I'm pretty sure I have the detail that says that Rika's dad was labeled as a opportunist. I'm pretty sure I had that. Okay, so we got Rika's mom being suspicious of the Erie institution, but for some reason we still don't have Rika's father being marked as an opportunist? That makes no sense. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It had to have been it, isn't it? The third-year curse of Oyashiro-san is required. Kinda wish I could get rid of the cracks. Yes! Okay, I was right. Okay. C103. Okay. The plan for Satoko-chan's dissection is moving right along. I don't want Satoshi-kun to be sad. I feel sympathetic about Satoko-chan's difficult circumstances. I'm still struggling with the fact that I must sacrifice so much for this research.
Erie?
Eh? Sorry. What is it, Rika-chan?
One of my friends has been in the clinic for a long time. Do you think she has the Hinamizawa syndrome?
Who told you that?
No one, I just thought that. So what do you think, Erie? Does Satoko have the Hinamizawa syndrome?
Rika-chan is on our side. There's nothing I have to hide from her. Actually, I think I shouldn't keep anything from her. Yes. Problems with her parents and their sudden deaths. It was all too much for her to accept. Maybe those events triggered it.
What did the test results say?
L5. She seems okay on the outside, but she's very unstable emotionally. She's been refusing even Satoshi-kun's visit since the other day.
Satoshi told me. He's worried that it's taken a very long time for Satoko to heal emotionally. Erie, what will happen to Satoko?
Satoko-chan is Rika-chan's best friend. How can I tell her that Satoko-chan's dissection is being planned? However, even if I didn't say anything, she already knows that Satoko-chan's situation is extremely bad.
Didn't you find out a lot of things when you checked me?
Well, sure, of course. There's even some medicine being tested which may control the symptoms.
Can't you give that medicine to Satoko?
Well, I thought about it, but it's too dangerous. We're still in the trial stages, trying to gather more data. We can't use it on someone who's in a delicate condition like Satoko-chan.
Then, if you aren't going to try that medicine, what will happen to Satoko?
She speaks as if she already knows Satoko-chan will end up being dissected. She must know. I've told her about most of my research. If she's more mature than she looks, then it'll be easy for her to figure out. That or she's possibly a 1,000-year-old witch, but I can't prove that.
If there is even a 1% chance of Satoko getting better, then I think we should take that chance.
It's extremely risky. In the worst case scenario, she may end up being a vegetable. That's too cruel.
So are you saying it's better to let her die while she's asleep?
She kind of got you there.
Eerie? Just like Takano says, there's no 100% in medicine. But if we don't do anything, Satoko will die for sure. I think it's clear what we should do.
That's true. You're right. Holy shit, I'm being... oh my god. I'm actually getting advice from this girl. You're a smart child. But I know too well. C103. The medicine that's being tested may not be something that can be used. It may not even have a 1% chance. If she reacts to that medicine, I can't even imagine what will happen. That's why I'm tempted to think it's more merciful to let her have what she wants first, and then dissect her while she's asleep. I don't want to admit it, but Takano-san is right. I'm still being indecisive. How could an indecisive person like me create something that's effective? That's why I can't trust what I've created.
I think we can trust the medicine you created.
She speaks as if she read my mind. I look up and see a very positive look in her eyes.
People's lives depend on your job. It's almost absurd that a human being controls life and death. I can't even imagine the pressure.
Her voice sounds the same, but I feel like Rika-chan is admonishing me. She almost sounds as if she knows what it is like to be responsible for human lives.
The pressure includes guilt and regret. That's why you can't use the medicine on Satoko. Isn't that right?
Are you sure you're not a 1,000-year-old witch? I make no promises. What?
Nothing.
Takano-san said the same thing when she criticized me before. I'm being criticized again.
But that's why I can trust you as Satoko.
What?
Human lives are precious. You understand that very well. That's why you're doing what you're doing. Without knowing that, how could you heal people?
Oh, do you think I'd trust medicine created by Takano who thinks humans are just like guinea pigs? I shouldn't have laughed, but I couldn't help it. I felt like I should laugh.
If you and Takano each handed out your medicine, I think your medicine would cure and hers wouldn't. Because your medicine came from your heart. Your will to heal people is what cures people.
You're absolutely right. I can't believe you're admonishing me about medicine.
I'll let you use my body for Satoko. Everything you took out from my body is for Satoko. If you create the medicine realizing how precious lives are, then of course, it'll work on Satoko.
Do shrine maidens take confessions? If they do, she's doing a great job being a shrine maiden at this age. This'll be a gamble. Oh, what the? Whoa. That should not have happened. What the hell just happened? It's, I think I need to replace my mouse. This'll be a gamble. The question is whether Satoko-chan will accept it.
We don't need to tell her. It'll only damage her more to know about the Hinamizawa syndrome.
The true meaning of her words. When I realized it later, I was surprised how thoughtful and perceptive she was. Let's stop the dissection plan. We're going to give Hojo Satoko C103. I'll do my best to increase the chance even by 1%. Stop the dissection. There it is. Another clue to this big as fuck puzzle.
Don't worry, Yuri. It'll work.
You really shouldn't be so optimistic. I know it'll work. It's already decided. What?
Oh, don't worry about that.
You say this as the shrine maiden of the Furude Shrine, don't you?
You can do it. Yeah.
God dang it. Alright. Despite fracturing a few pieces, I'm making some progress here. Some. Not a lot. But it's still some.
The background changed again!
Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Just to... Oh, that is interesting. The background actually changed again. Dude, that is cool. Alright, so now we've got stopping the dissection plan. Here it is! The experiment of... Oh, wait, The experiment of medicine C103 on Satoko is going well so far. It wouldn't make any difference... Oh.
It wouldn't make any difference to me if the experiment failed. However, as a result of Erie's extraordinary devotion, Hojo Satoko didn't end up a vegetable. Although she has reached level L5, there is hope for her to go back to a normal life. C103 still has many issues, but this experiment proved that even a person who has reached L5 can be cured. I didn't believe in it at first, but I guess I have to acknowledge Erie's effort. Only Erie could have done this. He was tormented by naive humanism and didn't want to make mistakes. That is why he felt obligated to cure Hojo Satoko. The reason why I dislike Erie isn't because of his achievement or his ability, but because of his weakness. But this time, I had to praise him for that. I saw your report. I'm impressed.
Please, don't. I only did my job. I'm grateful that I was able to cure her.
Satoko-chan is an extremely important example now. She's the first one to come back from L5.
That's true. We'll let her go back to society and keep our eyes on her. I'm going to tell her to come here every Sunday for a checkup.
But how are you going to explain to her that she has to give herself a C103 shot 3 times a day, and also that she has to come here every Sunday? She has no subjective symptoms.
I'm still trying to come up with a good excuse. I think I'll tell her that I want her to help me with my research report. She has to give herself shots daily and to come here every Sunday for a checkup. I'll pay her for helping me, or, something like that.
I guess Erie is determined to cure Hojo Satoko no matter what. He must be determined not to dissect her. He definitely has a different point of view than I do, but as long as he's passionate about the research, I have no objection. His plan will come to a completely different conclusion, and it will help solve the mysteries of the Hinamizawa syndrome. I have nothing against Hojo Satoko. I only see her as a specimen for the research. If she is useful for the research without being dissected, that's perfectly fine with me. We have to get permission from her guardian for giving shots 3 times a day. After her parents died, her aunt and uncle had been taking care of her, right? Maybe I'll go talk to them. I hope they agree to her involvement in this suspicious research.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be happy to once they realize they'll receive 100,000 or... Oh! Oh! Wait a minute, that was him saying that. Whoops.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be happy to once they realize they'll receive 100,000 to 200,000 yen every month for helping.
Do we have enough money?
Oh, sure. As long as if we can come up with enough material to convince Jiro-san.
Okay. Then I'll work on that. We also have to make sure that Satoko-chan doesn't feel pressured. We don't want her to go back to L5. I hear her aunt and uncle are rather egoistic. So if we use money, maybe they can be convinced easily. I have to come up with a good tactic, too.
I've heard Satoko-chan isn't getting along with her aunt and uncle. I never thought that'd affect us in any way. But now Erie has to deal with them. Maybe he feels some kind of responsibility. I don't care. If he becomes more passionate, then the research will make progress. That'll be a plus for me.
By the way, I saw the report on H170.
Oh! H170.
Oh? Compared to your success, it's nothing, but I guess it was some kind of accomplishment.
This is ironic. The medicine to cure her from insanity was created at the same research center where we are making dangerous medicine that would make her insane.
Erie wasn't involved in the H170 research. That was my research. In fact, even if I asked him, he wouldn't have agreed to be involved. This dangerous medicine was made during the process of studying the mechanism of pathogen that controlled Hojo Satoko's brain. To put it in simpler terms, if you gave H170 to patients with the Hinamizawa syndrome, they will become deadly insane. The brain will be stimulated, and as a result, it will make the pathogen unstable. If we continued the research on this dangerous medicine, it would be impossible to drive any Hinamizawa syndrome patient deadly insane at any time.
It would be possible.
By studying the mechanism, it'll help solve the mysteries of the Hinamizawa syndrome. So, this study on H170 will be extremely important in future research. Also, this medicine has a military use, as the client requested. At this point, there's absolutely no use for it. But once the research progresses, this C170 may be used by scattering it at the right moment for a certain type of reaction. Compared to a killer virus, it seems like a useless pathogen. But there's no way to detect it in a body, and it makes it look like a person just went insane spontaneously, so there must be a use for it. The Roku Bridge incident threatened to end the Hinamizawa syndrome research before. A historically important incident like that couldn't have been created by a killer virus. But it's possible with the Hinamizawa syndrome. The elderly people from the Alphabet Project, the sponsor for this research, can think of whatever they want about that. I don't care how they use it. My purpose is to solve the mysteries of the Hinamizawa syndrome and to let people know how important this research is. And to make people acknowledge my grandfather's accomplishment and achievement. I couldn't care less if they diverted it to military use. The clients will like your accomplishment. Maybe the budget will increase next term.
Oh, wait. God damn it. The clients will like your accomplishment. Maybe the budget will increase next term.
Passion alone can't keep the research going. We need money.
We must thank the sponsor who gives such abundant funds. For this much money to come from public expenses, maybe Japan is richer than I thought.
It's public expenses, but it's public expenses that can't be made public. Eerie has no idea what I had to go through to get that. Anyway, the research is going extremely well. We don't know what we'll find out about the Hinamizawa syndrome, but I'm sure every mystery will be solved. I can hardly wait. The Hinamizawa syndrome is indicating that humans are simply empty containers, and that what we believe is our will is controlled by parasites that live in our brains. If that mystery was solved, it would have a greater impact than anything that happened in the past. There is a truth nobody wants to believe. The achievement my grandfather already predicted a long time ago will happen. I know now. I know the reason why my grandfather was so fascinated by this research. Ugh.
Okay, so now we got the C103 and the H170 now. And the stopped dissection, too. Okay, I'm gonna go to the piece that has that. Yeah, we got H170, okay. Which one requires both of them? Let's see. Oh, results of the research on C103 and H107 are required, and the truth about the Shirakawa Park accident is required. A bat to beat her to death. Let's see. Oh, wait. Completion of the medicine C117. Haven't got that yet. Let's see. Koizumi is still alive. A bottle of wine, Tomotakejo's promise, a draft from Merge manual. No. Capsule. Let's see. Okay, go back. We're gonna go back to page 1. Or look over these again. Completion of the medicine C117. C117. Let's see. Operation Dam Construction. I'm looking around for something about Shirakawa Park. Because so far, I'm not really seeing anything right now. Yeah, so far I'm not seeing anything about Shirakawa Park. But if that was mentioned, I might have messed that up. Dam supporters died, watermelon, rock candy, Rika shopping trip, suffering brother, queen assistance. Okay. Let's see.
Distrust of the mother of a queen.
Must not be allowed to visit his sister at the clinic. An accident at the Shirakawa Park. Am I now allowed to see this? Yes! I am allowed to see it. Okay. Shirakawa Park. Now I'm allowed to see that piece. Okay.
Satoko-chan's dissection plan had been scrubbed, and we're getting ready to administer a totally unsafe test medicine C-103. This test medicine suppresses the production of a certain type of hormone, and by doing so, it'll stop the transmission of the Hinamizawa syndrome, which triggers Satoko-chan's condition. The mechanism of the Hinamizawa syndrome is this. The pathogen takes over the frontal lobe of the patient's brain, which causes a patient to be extremely sensitive and to be paranoid. And as a result, a patient voluntarily carries out excessively defensive, problematic, behaviors. If this induction can be cut off, then it'll be possible to save terminal phase patients from becoming deranged. But it only cuts off an induction, so it's not really a cure, per se. Ironically, the brain is an organ that learns. Once the brain has learned to be excessively paranoid due to the Hinamizawa syndrome, even after the pathogen is eliminated, the brain has already learned not to resist paranoia. In other words, even if the pathogen doesn't induce the condition, the patient voluntarily induces it. Therefore, there's no way to cleanly escape from a near-mad condition like L5. The proverb, blowing the sashimi after being burned by the hot soup, refers to such situations. Even after your tongue's burn heals you, you still have the fixed fear of being burned by food again. It's called learning a lesson in a good way, and trauma in a bad way. This treatment will probably take a long time, requiring medical treatment such as administering antidepressants, and also emotional treatment such as counseling. We have to slowly relax the paranoia while suppressing the Hinamizawa syndrome's induction of derangement. This is the treatment plan for terminal phase patients like Satoko-chan. However, we're going to stimulate the parts of her brain that control her emotions while they are being stimulated by the pathogen at the same time. There's a possibility of unexpected side effects. Her physical and mental strength holds the key to success. The experiment is supposed to start once she regains her emotional stability and physical strength. But someone who threatens to disturb her emotional stability has been coming every day. Oishi, the sly old detective from the Okinomiya station. He thinks everything from the dam protest to the dismembering murder of the dam construction site manager is an organized crime secretly conducted by the three families of the village. Even thinks the accident involving Satoko-chan's parents wasn't an accident. That's why he keeps coming back so he can talk to Satoko-chan.
Listen, I'm not making any excuses. I'm not accusing anybody, but there might be a possibility that Satoko-chan might have pushed her parents off the side of the cliff. Then there might have been some weirdo hiding in the bushes wearing a green visor and a cape, laughing maniacally for no apparent reason. Just saying. It's all hypothetical. I make no promises on that. Just saying.
No matter how many times you come, I won't let you see Satoko-chan. She's still crippled by the shock of her parents' deaths. Can't you understand what she has been going through?
I understand. I only need a few minutes with her, really. Also,
Welcome back, Oishi. I missed you, buddy.
it won't take long at all. If you want me to get a warrant, I will, but that's pretty serious, you know? I'm being considerate of Hojo-san's condition. That's why I haven't gotten a warrant.
What are you trying to ask her anyway? I just don't get it.
Well, there's a possibility the fall was an incident, not an accident.
I know the Hojo couple was rather hated by the whole village since the business with the dam. But who would actually follow them on their trip and push them? Don't you think that's absurd?
I'm just saying there might have been somebody wearing a green cape and the visor laughing maniacally in the bushes. I'm just saying. Well, we could call it an accident. But if that's the case, there are some lies which just don't make sense. Why the lies? That's why I don't think it was an accident.
What lies?
Well, Hojo Satoko-san said she was asleep at the time of the accident. I don't think that makes sense.
Satoko-chan claimed she was asleep in the back seat when the accident took place, so she didn't get out of the car at the viewing platform. When she woke up, she didn't see her parents. Then she found out her parents had fallen off the cliff. Okay, where's the lie? You aren't saying Satoko-chan wasn't really asleep and she went to the viewing platform with her parents, are you?
That's right. Hojo Satoko-san wasn't asleep. She went to the viewing platform with her parents.
I'm suddenly hit by a terrible possibility. If what Oishi is saying is true, and Satoko-chan is saying she didn't go to the viewing platform even though she actually did. It's terrible to even imagine. Why are you saying such a thing? Besides, why would Satoko-chan lie?
That's it. Why would Hojo Satoko-san lie? That's why I need to talk to her. Otherwise, this won't be a simple accident. It won't be a simple accident.
Why do you say Satoko-chan is lying?
Well, this accident took place in a different jurisdiction. The guys from the Shirakawa station conducted the interviews of the parties involved. There are things that bother me in their report.
Bother you? Like what?
Well, according to Hojo Satoko-san's statement, her parents asked her to go to the viewing platform, but she was sleepy, so she didn't get out of the car. Then she fell asleep and woke up after a while. She became concerned because her parents didn't come back and started to cry. One of the patrolling park workers noticed her crying and talked to her, and that's how the accident was discovered. During that time, the park worker says she told them that her parents had fallen off the cliff. But it's hard to see the accident site in question from where the car was parked. If you look very carefully, you might be able to notice the broken fence.
But...
Oh wait, I think it's odd to say your parents had fallen off the cliff just because you don't see them when you wake up. Normally, most people would say something like, their parents went out for a walk and then come back. To me, it just doesn't make sense that she told a stranger that her parents had fallen off the cliff without even being at the site of the accident. I want to ask her why she was certain that her parents had fallen off the cliff. That's why I keep coming back here. I asked her many times before she was admitted here, but all she said was she doesn't remember or she was confused at the time. Sounds like some politician, huh? That's why I think it's worth taking time to talk to her.
the terrifying imagination turns to certainty. I assumed her parents' accident triggered the terminal phase symptoms. But no. Satoko-chan was already in the terminal phase back then, just before the accident. Her heart was filled with paranoia that drove her crazy. She was stressed out because of a bad relationship with her stepfather. Also, she was scolded by her mother for not being able to get along with him. That made her paranoid. Made her think her parents considered her to be a bother, and they were trying to kill her. Yep, that's what I was thinking. And then, when they went to the viewing platform, she must have thought they were going to push her off the cliff. Then a tragedy took place, and she pushed her parents off the cliff, though she considers it self-defense. I'm certain of it, because I know about the Hinamizawa syndrome better than anyone. This accident isn't an accident. This isn't a crime either, like Oishi is thinking. It is simply a very, very sad tragedy.
The truth.
When I talked to Satoshi-kun about the family, my belief was deepened even more. That's because he told me even though Satoko-chan refused to open up to her stepfather, he tried to communicate with her. It's true that their relationship didn't go well in the beginning. Satoko-chan caused trouble repeatedly, and she even called the city's child abuse hotline. The Child Consultation Center stepped in at this point, and they pointed out that the lack of communication was the problem. The stepfather followed the advice, and took the city's parenting course. At least, he tried to communicate with her. Satoshi-kun saw his effort, so he tried to talk to Satoko-chan about it. But Satoko-chan couldn't see his effort. An excessive stress triggered some terminal face symptoms, and she couldn't understand her stepfather's remorse and effort. On the contrary, the stepfather's change created even more mistrust in her.
Fuck.
As a result, to enjoy the beautiful view of the Shirakawa Nature Park as a family and share the joy, even such a humble family wish didn't get through to Satoko-chan. What a sad misunderstanding. Satoko-chan stayed in the car telling her parents that she wanted to sleep, but then she got out and sneaked up behind them. I bet he heard the footsteps. He pretended not to notice her, thinking that she was doing that to surprise him. It makes me sad to think what he must have been thinking. While he thought he had finally gotten through to her, she was actually attacking him with an intent to kill. But it's not Satoko-chan's true nature. No, it's not. It's the disease. Satoko-chan isn't the only one who is to be pitied. Her parents who were pushed off the cliff are victims too. And now Oishi thinks she's a criminal. Judgment and punishment are required for crimes with a malicious intent. But what she really needs is understanding and sympathy. And no one has that understanding. Except for me, because I know about the Hinamizawa syndrome. I am the director of the Eerie Institution, but I've never acted that way or abused the authority. But for the first time since I took the position, I'm going to use it. I'm not doing it as the head of the Eerie Institution, the secret research institution. I'm doing it as a doctor to protect Satoko-chan. It's about Satoko-chan's parents' accident at the Shirakawa Nature Park. Do you think you can ask Okanogi-san from the Mountain Hounds to put an end to it as an accident?
Oh sure, of course, there's no problem. The Mountain Hounds is a unit specialized in concealment and manipulation, after all. You're right. We have to put an end to it quickly, otherwise the police will be a bother getting closer to our research.
That's right. Especially. Please, make sure Oishi-san is drawn away from this case. We're at a delicate stage of the drug administration test. She doesn't need any unnecessary stress.
You're absolutely right. I'll let the Mountain Hounds know. I've heard they even have connections within the police, so I'll give an order to put pressure on them, too. I'm sure the accident in Shirakawa will be concluded as an accident within a few days.
It's confirmed as an accident. Only if it was really an accident, it would have eased Satoko-chan's soul. Getting rid of the pathogen doesn't heal the wounded soul. Nor does it erase the sad tragedy that already took place. All I can do is to do my best so the day she regains her smile comes sooner.
Fuck. Don't you... Okay. I had that suspicion. As soon as I got that little bit where Satoko started seeing red. Like, as soon as she started succumbing to the Hinamizawa syndrome. I just had that sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that what happened, she caused it. But it wasn't her fault. Fuck. Damn it.
Jesus Christ, could you imagine if shit like, actually, something as bad as the Hinamizawa syndrome was, like, here, you know, real and all that? Well, it looks like I know what I'm gonna be doing next episode. Fuck, man. Just, fuck.
Jeez, it's friggin' Umineko all over again. I've been with these characters for so goddamn long, and the more I learn, the more I hear, the more I just hurt. Like Eerie, he has his problems, but he's not a terrible person. Like, he's... Higurashi 2 days in a row just makes me feel utterly depressed. Thank you very much, Ryukishi. God bless it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna go just I'm gonna go curl up in a ball because I'm sad. And I'll see, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys. I know this is taking me a long time to piece everything together. I know it's taking time, and it probably feels like I'm just dragging this out. Well, I will admit part of it is me dragging it out, because I know this is like the final part of Higurashi, not counting the side stories and all that, but this is like the final main arc. I want to savor it. I kind of did that with Umineko, but I want to take my time, and I just want to savor this before it ends, you know? But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.